berries and smiles. Thank you for joining me again in another one of my videos. Today we will be doing my wrap-up for January 2015. Oh my gosh, I just love saying 2015. It just sounds like crazy. We're in the future, you guys. I remember 2010. I remember being in, what grade was I in? I think I was in 4th grade and being like, oh, 2015 is gonna be so cool. Flying Hello Porters. Okay, so let's get into this. I read a total of 6 books this month, you guys. How many books did I read last month? Did I read like 4 books or something? I don't know. This month I read 6 books and I'm just so proud of myself. I don't know why, I just am. Okay, so the first book I read this month I actually read for school, and it's actually a play, so does that still count? I think it still counts. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, and oh my god, you guys, it is my new favorite classic. Like, honestly, it was hilarious. The characters were funny, the whole plot line was funny. The Importance of Being Earnest, there it is. It's a free book because it's, like I said, it's a classic. You can, if you have the Kindle app, you can download it for free, or if you go to the Gutenberg Project online, it's free on there too, or I'm sure if you just go to your local library, they'll have it there because it's a classic. Hilarious. I absolutely love The Importance of Being Earnest. Out of 10, it was hilarious, and I wish I read the book sooner, or the play sooner, because it was fantastic. Okay, so the next book that I read this month, this book right here, Looking for Alaska. Now, if you guys watch my other videos, you know that this book was very, very disappointing, and if you click on the screen right now, or this book right now, it'll go and take you to my very not so positive review of this book. A 3 or 4 out of 10. It just really was not my kind of book. I know a lot of people really did like the book. For me, I had high expectations, and maybe that's a part of why I didn't like it, was because, you know, there's so much hype around it. I was expecting like this amazing, epic, life-transforming book, but then it wasn't life-transforming. My life's the same. It wasn't that great. Okay, moving on to the books that I absolutely loved this month. The next book that I read this month was Chain Letter by Christopher Pike, and again, I have a review on this one too. If you want to click on the book, it'll go and take you to that. But holy smokes, you guys, this book is a mystery thriller, and it was life-changing. I guess because it's a mystery thriller, it didn't really change my life. It just made it a whole lot cooler. So basically, Chain Letter is about a group of friends that get something happened during the summer. They committed a crime and they thought that no one knew about it, but then if someone knows about it and is now blackmailing them through a chain letter, which is basically a letter that is passed from each one of the teens, and every time that teen gets the letter, they have to do something or whatever the blackmailer wants them to do. Every time the chain letter cycles through them, the deeds or the tasks that they must do just get more and more dangerous, and it is so good, you guys. Go and read it. It's an old book, but it was fantastic. The next book that I read this month, I just posted a review yesterday on both of these books, but I'll start with the first one, or technically the first, second, the 4th book that I read this month. Defy by Sarah B. Larson. Oh my gosh, you guys. Very, very, very light fantasy read. So if you're either just getting into fantasy, or maybe you have a friend that you're trying to get into reading fantasy books and you want to get into fantasy, I really, really recommend you read this book, because you get the kind of feel of an epic fantasy, or like, you know, a high fantasy book, but without all the intricate plot lines and the multiple points of views and all the complicated stuff that goes into a high fantasy book. You get all of that without the complication. And you can read it when you're falling asleep if you want, because it's so easy to understand, it's so easy to enjoy, that it's a 10 out of 10, you guys. Which leads me into the 5th book that I read this month, which is the 2nd book in this series, and it is Ignite by Sarah B. Larson. Just as good as the first book. I can't really tell you much about the 2nd book because that would be spoiling. First book was fantastic, 2nd book was fantastic. They were good, they were life-changing. I have reviews up on both of these books if you want to click on the screen right now, and it'll go take you to that to go and watch my in-depth review. Okay, the last book that I read this month was, well, actually, I'm still reading. I have like 50 more pages to read, but oh my god, I need to go and buy the second and the third book in this series, and it is The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnott. About a girl. She is half human, half nightmare. Now, I have never read a book, like I've read books about like kids who are like half god, half human, but never half nightmare, and not like demon, evil nightmare, just a nightmare, like as if nightmares were, you know, real people. 9 out of 10 so far, because like I said, I have 50 more pages to go, but I think it's a middle grade. The way it's written, it kind of feels like a middle grade. The main character in this book is just hilarious. She's so stubborn and I'm not really sassy, but just kind of like intentionally a rule breaker. So you guys will really enjoy it if you decide to pick it up. It is time for my workout of the day. Let's do this. It's like 120 pounds. Dun 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 dun. Am I singing a wedding song? Look at that. 1, 2, doing these bench. Wait, these aren't bench presses. Like I said, well, I guess I can put my phone on here because The Importance of Being Earnest was a ebook. So there we go. Ooh, it's so pretty. Moving on. Now it's time to share with you guys my February TBR. Because I read 6 books in January, or this month, my goal is to do 7 books next month. So I have a nice big stack here, so let's just get into this. The first 2 books that I want to read in February are both arcs, Woven, and it is by Michael Jensen and David Powers King. So it is about a knight who basically died. The story is about him trying to find out who killed him and why, I believe, before he is unwoven, so to speak, which basically means, you know, eventually he is gonna pass over, so before he goes, he has to figure out who killed him. Okay, the next book that I want to read comes out February 24th. It is an arc, and I talked about this in my haul again, and it is The Sin Eater's Daughter. Look how beautiful that inner cover is. Like this vial of something. I don't know, but it's just so beautiful. I love it. I'm really excited to read this one. The next book I am going to read this month, or in February, is a book that you guys, ever since I told you guys I bought it, you guys were like, read that book first, Naya, read it, read it, read it. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I'm excited, and she's wearing red high heels, and I already know I'm gonna love it. Okay, the next book I'm going to read in February, book number 4, well, of course, I'm not sure what order I'm going to read all these books in, but the next book that I plan on reading in February is The Winner's Curse, and I just found out that there's a second book that just came out, I think, a second and a third. Again, I am a huge fan of vintage, and I absolutely love the cover. I feel like I want this dress. Where can I buy this dress? The next book I'm reading in February is Every Day by David Lethem, and it is about a boy who every day well, I guess he's not a boy, but every day this guy, he wakes up as someone else, and even though he wakes up as someone else every day, he is in love with one girl, and he tries to find her every single day, and the title is so perfect for this story. It's so beautiful. Okay, next book that I'm going to read this month is The Endgames by T. Michael Martin. Apocalypse, I think? Never mind. It is about a game that involves really scary stuff and a boy and his little brother. I do not know the details, but that is enough to make me read this book, and I am going to be reading it soon. The last book that I plan on reading in February, I'm so excited. This is like the book that I'm literally like probably gonna read first because I'm so excited. And it is Kane's Blood by Jeffrey Gerard. I'm thinking of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. I'm so excited to read this one. It's gonna be so good. I already know. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it means the world to me that there are other book lovers out there. Yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Let me know what books you plan on reading in February, or the books that you read this month. And also, another thing is, I'm really sorry. If I haven't been responding to some of your guys' comments. I've been really busy lately, and I'm trying to respond to everyone's comments, but I just want you to know, even though I don't respond, I am still reading all of your wonderful comments, so thank you so much for all the love and support. Until next time, keep reading.